Oh, colder in here.
Come on down towards the end of the road. Do not stop in the middle as a courtesy to everyone else coming in behind you. Come on down, folks. We got plenty of room down here in the front. I promise you that I don't bite. Just a little bark. Make sure you're grabbing paper as you move on into your row. There's no paper
Oh,
down
front
front.
row.
Come on in. I got plenty of room down here in the first row. As long as you don't have a churro in your hand, you don't have to worry about me biting. Because fingers and churros look kind of the same. Alright. Make sure you grab paper. How are you doing today? Not too bad?
Good.
We love it here in the air conditioning. Last night's weather was crazy. I had a big thunderstorm over my house. I know it was over here too. Come on down, folks. Make sure you grab paper as you move into your row. First row sold out. Looks like we still got room in the third row and fourth row. Oh, we're gonna go ahead. One of my favorite cards is from the Fab Five. He's, John good, I guess. Alright, there goes the doors. Welcome to the Animation Academy, everyone. My name is Danny. I'll be your Disney artist for this class, and I'm going to be showing you how to draw Mickey's best pal, Pluto, here. Before we get started with Pluto, we have a couple of things to go over. First, as you're walking on in, you guys saw my friend Darren up there. Say hi, Darren.
Hi, Darren.
Darren's going to be here in case you need anything, like your pencil breaks. If that happens, just raise your hand and keep it up until we can spot you. If you happen to be sitting next to a board that no one's using, however, feel free to pencil swap with those boards. If you do need to exit during class, we do understand. Everyone look to the doors that you just came in through. Darren's showing you that you can open up that last door with a nice big push. That'll lead you right back outside to the courtyard. Don't go out any of these other doors here. They'll lead you down a weird hallway. You'll find yourself in Small World and be stuck there forever. That's how we get new employees. I've been here since I was 8. Who's new to the academy? You've never been here before. First time. Oh, like the middle here and the middle over here. Well, welcome to you guys. Take a look at your pencils though. You might have noticed they're a little different than normal pencils. There's no erasers on the ends of these. Because we draw in a style called rough sketching. Just like the drawings you saw on the hallway on the walls there, that's the style of sketching that we're aiming for. Something very rough, messy, and quick. So what we want to do, since we have no erasers, is keep our lines very nice and light as we start off, and then we'll darken in the features of Pluto that we want to stand out, like his nose, his eyes, his ears. And so we're going to start off with a basic shape. We'll start off with a circle about the size of like a baseball, or an orange is a good size. Use a little tip for circles though. Block your wrist and use your entire shoulder to build up that circle. It'll really help you out. It's also the only exercise artists get. I don't go outside. So I'm going to keep my circle a little bit closer towards the top here. So I'm going to lightly start building up a lot of circles. Don't stop with just one circle, because maybe that first circle wasn't a circle. Maybe it was like an oval. Or like, if you're really talented, it was a square. But you want to give yourself a basic shape to work with. So I'm going to cut it right down the center here. And I'm going to bring that line down towards the bottom of my page. So you have something that looks more like a lollipop. And Pluto's got some pretty big and expressive eyes here. He's a hound dog, so he's got to spot trouble really far away. And so his eye line's going to sit right at the bottom of that circle. I'm going to add in a couple more shapes here. We're going to add in a couple of ovals sitting off towards the bottom right and the bottom left of that construction line. So you want to think of these as like two little watermelons, like meeting in the center there. Or it should look a little bit like Mickey doing a handstand and his ears got squished. But it looks nothing like Pluto so far. So we want to start adding in features for our Pooch that look more like him. And right where those two ovals are meeting, I'm going to add in an oval here. So one more oval. And this is going to be something we'll keep, because what is this? Yeah, his nose. He's got to sniff out trouble here. So we really want to make that stand out. And you can notice that nose right over everything else on your drawing. You can even make this a nice shiny nose, you know, a wet dog nose, just by adding in a little highlight there at the top. Because, you know, Mickey, he can afford that really good premium dog chow. Pluto's definitely a healthy pup. We want to add in what we call snout lines here. Pluto's got a really long snout, so we're going to add in these rainbows right over the top of that nose. I'll add in one really long one, and then a slightly shorter middle one, and a slightly shorter top one. So you should have something that looks like a upside down Wi-Fi symbol. This is what you want to see at noon when you're trying to get your boarding groups. Anything other than this is like, well, it's a really sad time. And now from this top snout line here, we're going to pull up and over these rainbows that are going to sit right on top of the ovals here. These are Pluto's cheeks. This is the end of his smile. His muzzle covers up a lot of that smile for him here. So we're just going to see the ends of them right over here. They should look like a couple little nubs like hanging on to your circle there. And then for Pluto's smile, I'm going to add in these little C curves that go from the center of that rainbow, and then they start to blend in on top of the ovals here. Now for Pluto's muzzle, we want to lock these in, but if you look right over here, it looks like his those ovals are going right up into his nose, and we want to make this one cohesive shape. So I'm going to blend those two ovals together with another rainbow, and then we'll just lock in the rest of those there. And this is where you can definitely adjust them where you need to, because maybe one side is bigger than the other, and you don't want Pluto to look like he ate a bee. Yeah, puppies that eat bees. Cute, but not fun for them. And we're going to give Pluto an open mouth smile here. So from these smile lines here, we're going to go very lightly with our lines again. And I want to extend down these two lines that kind of taper in towards each other here and exit out underneath the muzzle. And then we'll add in a letter U shape to connect them. So this way, we know where Pluto's bottom lip is coming from, since that muzzle covers up a lot of it. And this is called drawing through your shape or drawing through the form. And you want to do the same thing from the outer cheeks here for Pluto as well. But I'm going to leave these light because what's going to hang out from his mouth here? Yeah, his tongue. All dogs love to have their tongues hanging out of their mouth. I'm going to start off with a candy cane here that's coming from the right. And then we'll attach a second candy cane to the first one. And the second candy cane, you want to extend it around the first candy cane. And there you go. Boom. Instant tongue. And then we want to lock in the portions of Pluto's bottom lip that are not covered by his upper muzzle or that tongue. And then you can help it a little bit more by shading in the back of his mouth. Kind of helps with the depth perception here for us. So we're about halfway through with our sketches of Pluto. You guys hanging in there okay?
Yes.
That was very convincing. Yeah. No, I'm sure you guys are doing fine. We're just very concentrated on our drawings here. I'll give you some time to catch up. I know that was a lot.
Oh, nice.
Pluto, he used to never belong to Mickey. He had a different owner before Mickey Mouse.
You know 2,000 people are watching this, right?
He is. Yeah, Minnie Mouse used to own Pluto before Mickey. And she named him Rover when she first adopted him. But one day she decided she was more of a cat person and she was going to adopt Figaro from Pinocchio instead. And well, the two didn't quite get along, so they're like, I can't just abandon my dog. What do I do? So Minnie decided to give Pluto to Mickey instead. And he renamed him right around the same time where the planet Pluto was discovered. But now it's not a planet anymore, and it's like some kind of moon rock or like a dwarf planet or whatever. NASA can't make up its mind. But you know, to us, Pluto's still a star in our eyes, no matter what they do with that planet. Speaking of eyes, we want to wake up our pooch here. I want to give him his nice big hound dog eyes. So for Pluto, his eyes are so large, they basically take up our entire circle here. I'm going to go to the top of my circle, right where that guy line is, and add in this curvy letter B. That's where his eyes meet in the center. And we're going to extend it on down, right on top of the cheeks here. So it looks like a very stretched out letter M shape. It's very similar to like Goofy's eyes as well. But for Pluto, he has a little more focus to him. So I'm going to add in just the darkening in of that center guideline to give him a little more separation between his eyes. And he's got some eyebrows that stick up right on top here, which are the same curves as the tops of his eyes. So I'm just going to follow that curve up and over and just kind of settle it into my circle. This is called following your study line. So you already did the hard work with the first oval, and then you're just making a repeat of it just a little higher up. Now bloodhounds, like Pluto's based off of a bloodhound, and he's got this little bump on the back of his head. You can't really see it all too much here in a forward-facing view of him, but if you ever look at him from the side in the parks, you can definitely see that little bump on his head. And this is the only part of the circle that we actually use. So I'm going to lock in the sides of his head here. And notice, I'm not using this circle that went all the way off to the side. I'm keeping mine close so they're pretty symmetrical on each side. And now Pluto looks like he's seen some things. He looks really spooky right now. This is where we can have fun with Pluto. You can definitely customize your drawing from here. You can draw hearts in his eyes, or stars, little doggy bones like he's hungry. So I'm going to draw in the classic pupils for Pluto though. Just drawing in a couple of ovals here. It's got these nice large eyes so you can spot those chipmunks in the Christmas tree, or the seal that ends up hiding away in Mickey's picnic basket. And just like his nose, I'm going to add in some highlights there to the tops of his eyes. I'm going to darken in everything around that so he looks super sweet, super loving. Maybe he's begging you for your churro. He's like, please, can I have a churro? Dogs shouldn't have churros though, unless they're dog-safe churros. They probably make those somewhere here in LA. But now we have Pluto the seal. What are we missing for this guy? Yeah, his ears. And his ears are these really long teardrop shapes. You can have them going any way that you want. They could be flying off like he's sticking his head out of a car window. You can have them perked up. You can have them like drooping on down. Really up to you. I got room to perk them up. So right off the sides of his head here, I'm going to pull up a parentheses curve going towards the left. And then when I get over his head, I'm going to add in this curve. So it's like this little incomplete number 9. And then I'll connect it back down. So the widest part of his ear is right here at the bottom, and it gets thinner as it goes towards his head. And you can always have his ears facing inwards if you want to. He'll look super silly like that. I'm going to have both of his ears facing the same direction though. So I'm going to pull up another parentheses going in the same way. And then add in that number 9 little hook there. And bring it back down. And that is basically all you need for your own sketch of Pluto. Go ahead, darken up any lines that might have gotten faded or smudged during the drawing process. You can shade in his ears if you like, but don't shade in the rest of them because you'll lose that golden fur. You can add in some short little doggy whiskers and some whisker dots. But find a good spot somewhere next to your drawing of Pluto and sign your name. And there he is, super cute. All right, with all that said and done, did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
I'd love to see how all of your Plutos came out because I love dogs and I'd love to see them. I love cats too, but we don't draw cats here and that makes me really sad. But I love dogs too. So on the count of 3, let's turn these around, all right? 1, 2, 3, Pluto! Very nice dog, he looks so excited, I love it. He looks so cute over here. These are looking super adorable. Very nice job. Oh, the bugs on his eyes, he's super hungry. Excellent job here in the back. I love it. His ears look like they're waving. These look so cute and adorable. These are definitely doggone good. Give yourselves a big round of applause for job well done.
Yay.
Go ahead and take your drawings off the board. These are for you to take home as a free souvenir. I'm going to leave you here with Darren. He's going to help you on out. If we don't see you again for another class, have a wonderful day. And class is dismissed. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Applause for your artist, Danny, everyone. Thank you so much, Danny. And thank you.